can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through.
Greetings, comrades. This is AMD Caleb, back with a kind of a short video, one I wasn't planning on doing, but it's not an unboxing, but I came across something that I forgot I bought. I bought this a long time ago and I forgot all about it. But basically I was digging through my entertainment center trying to find like spare cables and stuff like that, and I thought this, I was like, wow, I forgot all about this thing. It's pretty cool, at least when I bought it. This is a long time ago, but yeah, this is from a company called Retrocade. If you're familiar with them, they make like controllers for like the original console, like the Super Nintendo and Genesis. They also make like accessories, like holodeck thumbsticks for like the N64 controllers and stuff like that. And they also at a time made some like sort of emulation consoles per se. And yeah, I remember buying this a long time ago, and some you might recognize this, some may not, but I actually have my Amazon page to the tablet here. This is the Super Retrocade. Yeah, this little box contains 90 games, at least. It's been a while since I fired this list, so I forgot how many games are on there, but there's a variety of classic games from like arcade and a few of the consoles. And since I don't have the original box anymore, I'll actually show you. That's the box it came in, the Super Retrocade Ultimate Home Arcade from Retrobit. It includes a bunch of over 90 classic games like Final Fight, Mega Man 2, Joe and Mac, Burger Time, Double Dragon, and so many others. And it comes with two controllers, and what's interesting, it has HDMI and AV. So if you still have an old CRT TV or you know, even an early HD TV that still has composite, you can use that. And again, I lost the original box, so see if I can landscape it. And we're going to turn off the... well, we can still kind of see it. But yeah. If it'll... why does it keep switching? Okay, it says packed with over 90 popular retro games. I don't know why I keep skipping it. Intuitive user interface featuring smart filters, internal save states, game descriptions, controller and button tutorials, and yeah, pretty much how to use a menu, I guess. But this thing is small. You can see how small it is compared to my tablet. Yeah, it's small, but it packs quite a few games. And in case you're wondering, this is the list of games it comes with. For arcade games, you have 1942, 1943, Battle Midway, Act Fancer, Cybernetic Hyperweapon, Air Duel, Armed Police Unit Gallop, made by IREM, Armored Warriors, Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja, Bionic Commando, Blade Master, Boogie Wings, which is a really interesting arcade shooter, Captain Commando, Double Dragon 3, The Rosetta Stone, Dragon Breed, Exciting Hour, the Pro Wrestling Network, Exit Exis, which is a Capcom shoot 'em up, Fighter's History, Mizoguchi Kiki Ipatsu, whatever that means, Final Fight, Forgotten Worlds, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Gunsmoke, Hammer and Harry, Heavy Barrel, Joe Mac Returns, Joe Mac Caveman Ninja, Karate Champ, Player vs. Player, Kengo, whatever that is, Kickle Cubicle, whatever that is, Kid Nicky, Radical Ninja, Knights of the Round, fun little beat 'em up, Legend of Hero Tonma, Magical Drop, Mega Twins, Mercs, Midnight Resistance, Mr. Heli, Mutant Fighter, Mystic Riders, Ninja Spirit, Pirate Ship Higemaru, this is a Capcom game, Renegade, R-Types 1 and 2, Secret Agent, Sidearms, Sun Strider, Super Burger Time, Super Dodgeball, The Combat Tribes, The King of Dragons, 3 Wonders, Thunder Blaster, 2 Crude Dudes, Varth, Operation Thunderstorm, Vigilante, Wizard Fire, X Multiply, and Zippy Race. That's a lot of arcade games. And also some console favorites, which includes 10 Yard Fight, Bad Dudes, Bionic Commando, Buggy Popper, Burger Time, Codename Viper, Congo's Caper, Dark Lord, Demon's Crest, Fighter's History, Final Fight 2, Final Fight 3, Gargoyle's Quest 2, Hammer and Harry, again, Holy Diva from Dio, Image Fight, Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, Kid Nikki, Raccoon Ninja 2, Legendary Wings, Magical Drop 2, Major Title Golf, Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, Mighty Final Fight R-Type 3, The Third Lightning. That alone might be worth it because that game's expensive. Rocky Rodent, Section Z, Side Pocket, Street Fighter 2010 The Final Fight, which has nothing to do with Street Fighter as far as I'm concerned. Strider, Super Birdie Rush, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super R-Type, Super Side Pocket, and Trojan. Instead here, some of those games with 2 asterisks. New title exclusive to this version of the Super Retrocade. An effort to show true arcade games, stay true to arcade experience. Some games may run slow or flicker through the original format. Okay, AC adapter not included, which is kind of weird because pretty sure mine came with one. Yeah, it comes with one right there. Liars. But yeah, this is pretty much everything that came in the box. The Retrocade itself, the 2 controllers, which are USB, HDMI cable, and the power adapter. Yeah, it's a tiny little console. I forgot I had this. I actually dug this up while cleaning out my entertainment center. And yeah, what's cool about this, I might as well show you the console itself first. So there's your power button, pretty simple. And this is just design. It's not a cartridge slot or anything like that. It's just designs put on the thing. You got your USB ports for your controllers. Legal information down there. And here's the back I/O. So you have your power. You got your AV output. So again, if you still have if your TV still has a composite output, you can use that. You can use an HDMI cable. And what's interesting is this SD card slot. Now, one of the interesting things about the Super Retrocade, I remember Mad Little Pixel and Rock Solid Productions talked about this, and even Rerez covered this. At least not this feature, but he covered this console. But you can actually add games to it, though. It's kind of tricky. They explain how to do it in their videos and stuff. But you can add your own games on your like Super Nintendo, NES Arcade. Though it's a little bit tricky because some games work well, some don't. It's kind of trial and error. But yeah, this can run other games besides ones that it comes with. And I'll also show off the controllers. It comes with 2 of these. It's basically a different design for the Super NES controller. You got your BA, Y, X buttons, start and select, your D-pad, which feels okay, and your shoulder buttons. Now, funny thing, yeah, I mentioned they made emulation consoles. One of those consoles, more of a hardware emulation, they made the Super Retro Trio 3 Plus, which is basically like Hyperkin's Retron 3, where it plays NES, Super NES, and Genesis games. And you can choose between AV output or HDMI. And they have a lot of other features and stuff. And one interesting thing about the Retro Trio 3 Plus is that it came with controllers that look just like this. At least the original versions of the Super Retro Trio 3 Plus. They look like this, but they have the Super NES connector instead of the USB. But newer versions of the Retro Trio 3 Plus came with different shaped controllers that more resemble Super Nintendo controllers. We're finding here that those controllers are still pretty good for Super NES replica controllers. And they feel pretty good in the hands, especially with these, like, the way the controller is shaped. It fits pretty well in my hands. And I did use these a bit while playing the Retrocade back when I bought it. And they work pretty well. It didn't have any input lag or buttons not respond or anything like that. And here's the second controller in case you're wondering. And here is the power adapter that came with it. Your basic little barrel connector. Yeah, this was before they used, like, you know, micro USB and Type-C to power the stuff. This is a good old-fashioned barrel connector, which I haven't seen these since the Stone Ages, but that's what powers the Retrocade. The only problem is that this cable's kind of short. Looks like about 3 feet, if that. And given my entertainment center, the power box is like on that side, and I kind of want to put it like near the middle, so I'm going to have to find an extension cord. I'm sure there's one lying around the house somewhere. I'd like to just maybe at Home Depot get some more. I might as well turn this back on so you can see it. Retrocade's white, not piss yellow. And yeah, there was an HDMI that came with this, but I'm actually using it on something else. But I have this ridiculously long 10-foot HDMI cable. I originally used this for my PC when I was playing games on the PC to the TV. That was before I got a DisplayPort to HDMI cable, which debatably is better. But anyway, yeah, just something I thought I'd like to show off. When I come across like random electronic stuff that I either forgot I bought or just bought on a whim, I might show them off in these little videos, just little random quips and stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting console. I believe it was like, I forgot how much this was. I think it was like 70 or 80 bucks. Though I did check, it's no longer available on Amazon because this is way back. I bought this back in like, I want to say 2020, 2021, around there. So if this little thing interests you, especially if you want to try adding your own games to it through the SD card, you're not going to find it on Amazon, so you might want to check eBay. So best of luck to you there if you want one of these. But anyway, just a little random video I wanted to put out. So yeah, this is Caleb signing out. You have a good day.
Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient, and soon it can all be worth it. All the searching, pain is never really